Hello everybody, my name is Zoe Rebekah. Welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be both depressing and optimistic. You're probably like, what? But I think what I'm gonna try to do here is take a very shitty situation I'm in right now and try to find the optimism in it. Try to find the positive outcome, which can be very difficult for very cynical people like me. I am a glass half empty gal. I'm just a very pessimistic person in general. I've been working on improving with my optimism. I think I have been improving. But of course, especially when you deal with things like depression and mental illness, it can be very difficult to be positive when you're going through that really painful, shitty situation and those horrible feelings that are debilitating and painful. But you still can find the optimism, the positivity in with the painful, debilitating feelings. An example of that is these horrible experiences, these horrible feelings that you're feeling are very difficult. They require a lot of mental, physical strength. And the more you have to deal with these very heavy, very dark, challenging, complex emotions and situations, the more strong you will become. You would have been able to overcome very weakening things, and because of that, you are now a stronger person. You are now a more experienced person. You're a wiser person. You're a more motivational person, a more inspiring person. And though it can be very difficult with the mental illnesses to kind of make up your identity, I feel like I've struggled with that because they're so consuming that I feel like they're a part of my identity, and that's part of the reason why it can be very difficult to recover or to manage them, because I feel like because they're so consuming, they kind of control every aspect of my life, and it's kind of oddly my comfort zone. And I feel like if I'm not feeling depressed, that's uncomfortable because that's all I know. All I know is being depressed. I mean, all this stuff isn't exactly the point of this video. This is kind of like the introduction, but overall the theme of this introduction is I'm trying to say there are positive things that can come out of very, very shitty situations. And that is how I'm going to segue into the main content of this video, which is sort of an announcement. It's some unfortunate news, but I will get into a way that we can all look at it positively. So if you've been following me for at least a couple months, you saw that back in November, or even if you're new and you went back and watched some of my videos from a few months ago, back in November I posted an almost hour-long video, and it was kind of really raw and uncut. It got demonetized, which I could have expected, but I don't really care about making money off of it. That was not my main concern. That's just another thing that's just so annoying about YouTube. They like to demonetize mental health videos. That's a whole separate issue that I'm not going to get into right now. But basically it was talking about my journey through my eating disorder. It's some heavy stuff, and I was kind of talking about how it started, some food problems I've had in the past, and kind of everything related to that up until that point, obviously. I said in there that back in September, over the course of the summer is when it got really bad and the anorexia really started to take over, and I lost a lot of weight over the summer. And in September 30th, I was admitted into an inpatient hospital for treatment for my eating disorder. And I was in that inpatient hospital for 2 weeks in October, and they were the 2 worst weeks of my life. And I suggest going to watch the Time I Could Have Died video if you want more background. It'll probably make sense more if you've seen that. Then you can come back and watch this video. And even through my Vlogmas and other vlogs and videos, I talk about kind of some struggles I'm dealing with my eating disorder and kind of recovery. But unfortunately, Ed was a little bit stronger than me, and it's a very difficult thing to recover from, and 2 weeks is definitely not enough time And I'm not going to get into why I was only there for 2 weeks. Those are very personal reasons why I had to get out of there, but I know in my logical mind that that wasn't enough time. And the part of the reason that I did leave at the time was because, not because I didn't want to recover, but it was because of this specific hospital, this specific program was not working for me. I got sick in there. Go watch the video if you want more about that. But overall, those 2 weeks of my life felt so long. They were awful. Like I said, I got sick. I got a stomach virus. Of course, I'm not going to gain weight if I'm throwing everything up. I passed out at 2 a.m. I just had a lot of issues there. And it was physically, mentally, everything. So after that, I bounced through different treatment teams, and just overall, even though that was back in October, it is now towards the end of February, and I've still, even through all that time, I've still been really struggling mentally and physically, medically with my eating disorder. So now I don't have a choice but to be sent back to the hospital. And this is something that my parents and I just didn't want. I just didn't want it because I don't want to be dramatic or insensitive, but I was almost traumatized from this experience because it felt like a prison. I felt like a prisoner in that hospital, that I was just terrified of going back, even though we all knew logically that I wasn't gonna be able to do this on my own. And my weight is still just at a really unsafe number, and at this point there are some other really personal, really serious consequences that we could face if we don't do this. And so the reality is that I have to go back to the hospital to be treated for my eating disorder, and this time for longer. We're gonna go to a different program, don't worry. I don't know the program, like everything about it, but it looks, from what I've seen, it looks a lot nicer, like a lot nicer. And this past program I went to in October was like in the hood, and I don't want to, like, I'm not saying that just like a random statement, but you know, it probably wasn't the best quality services I could have gotten because of the area it was in. And then this program that we're looking into is in a much nicer area, so I'll let you guys know when I can. I tried to film this video earlier and I literally broke down in tears and I couldn't film it. Today was just, and I found this all out yesterday. Basically, my doctor called my parents saying that she had talked to my dietitian and my therapist. So my PCP, my primary care physician, my dietitian, and my therapist are all part of my treatment team, and they all agreed I needed to go back into inpatient. So we were looking into some stuff. We found what seems to be a good program. I don't have all the details yet, but I'll let you know. But that's not really the point of this video. The point of this video is to me announcing that I'm gonna have to take a break because I don't really have a choice. At this point, it's not my choice. I have to do this. It's a medical necessity. How this ties into like some other things I've seen on YouTube and in the media, even though most people hate the term influencers or social media influencers, the reality is that that's the appropriate title for what the job is. YouTubers and social media influencers influence their audiences via social media, so it's an appropriate title whether you like it or not, you know? But I've seen a lot of other YouTubers and other influencers, even if it's unintentional, spreading very irresponsible, damaging, concerning messages to their audiences, and clearly having issues mentally, physically, and it's evident that they have problems that they're refusing to address. And by doing that, the message that they're spreading to their audience, like, it's okay to ignore your problems. It's okay to not get help even though you clearly need it. And it's a very it concerns me when you have these influencers spreading these messages to their impressionable audiences that look up to them. And so why does this correlate to this video, Zoe? Well, I'm saying all of this because I want to show anybody that sees this that if you need help, you need help. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to accept help. It's more than okay to accept help. It's necessary to accept help. And it's not good. It's really unhealthy. It's really, really damaging and scary to allow your problems, just ignore your problems because, as I've said it a million times, and it's kind of obvious, but the longer you wait to address your issues, the worse they're gonna get, the deeper they're gonna get inside of you, and it's gonna be much more difficult, much more exhausting, and much more time consuming for you to recover from it, or to learn how to manage it again, or to even discuss it, because it's so deep inside you. So please, anyone that sees this, I'm begging you, if you have a problem, even if it might seem right now, it might seem like a minimal issue, if you just have that gut feeling that this might turn into a bigger issue, if I let this continue, it's gonna get worse and it's gonna be harder to deal with. You have to face it head on as soon as you can. Talk to somebody, talk to someone you trust, and seek appropriate, proper help. And I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. That's another thing I like about YouTube and having this YouTube channel and having an audience. I make mistakes. I'm 16. I'm a 16-year-old girl. I mean, obviously every human makes mistakes, but obviously through my adolescent years, I've done a lot of growth and development and change, very rapid change. And that's another reason why I really need to do this, is that I'm growing, I'm an adolescent, and I'm really damaging my body right now by not nourishing it properly. And I've tried to do it on my own, and I'm at a point where it's just, I need proper help, and I need more assistance than can be offered outpatient. This is a very hard thing for me to accept. In general, I'm a very stubborn person. I mean, I've gotten better over time as I've gotten older and as I've matured more, which obviously that definitely comes with maturity and age, but I have always struggled to really accept help. And as much as I really don't want to do this, I don't want it all. This is just not, it's not something I want to do. Like I said, I've been very emotionally unstable today. I found this out yesterday. My primary care physician just called my parents and they're like, she's gotta go inpatient, like she has to. And yesterday I was fine with it, and then today it like all hit me, and my moods have just been all over the place today. I'm really sad. I don't want to. It's a really daunting, terrifying, saddening thought to have to leave my home, my bed, my familiar environment, my familiar habits, my family, my hamster. It's a very scary, daunting thing, jarring thing for me to think about, but I know that this is what I have to do, and my parents are kind of in the same place as I am. Like, they don't want me to go. They love me and they care about me, but that's also why they know I need to go, because they love me and care about me. When you think about it, when it really comes down to it, let's say a month or so of treatment versus Ed taking full control and eventually ending my life. 1 month out of my life in the grand scheme of life is nothing. I mean, it's gonna feel extremely long. It's gonna be exhausting. Even therapy for me now is exhausting. Like, 45 minutes of therapy is exhausting to me. And that's part of the reason why I need full-time therapy, because it's just once a week for me, because that's, standard therapy once a week. It's not enough for me right now. And that's something I have to accept. And I need to face these issues right now while I'm still really young, because if I don't address these issues right now, I'm gonna have really, not only obviously short-term issues now, but I'm gonna have a lot of problems in the long run. I'm gonna have a lot of problems when I'm an adult, physically and mentally, if I don't address these issues at a young age. I've been going through therapy since I was like 11, but not this intense until recently, but it's just something I have to do, I guess. Like I said, it makes me really sad and I don't want to do it, but I know that this is what I have to do to be healthy and get happier and to stay alive. Like I said, in the grand scheme of time in life, 1 month is nothing. It's gonna feel long and tiring as it's happening, but it's either that or for me to be in pain the rest of my life, the rest of whatever life I have left. And with anything, there's just no point of me wasting the little energy I do have on fighting reality. Like, that's your first instinct, right? When you're in a situation that you don't want to be in, is to fight it. But when you really think about it logically, It's reality. Reality is reality, and you can't really change that. And as much as I want to fight the fact that this is my current situation, as much as I want to deny it, I was in denial for so long. I knew I had mental illnesses, but I was like, no, I don't have an eating disorder. What? It took me a long time to accept the fact that this is an issue I have. It's not something I do, it's something I have. It's not just a behavior. It's not just a diet or a lifestyle. It's an illness, it's a sickness, and that needs to be treated as such. If I had cancer, I would need to go to the hospital and get treatment. I have anorexia, I need to go to the hospital and get treatment. It's something I have, not something I do, which is something I said a couple days ago that I thought was very wise, that my dad brought up today. I'm a wise old soul. I hope I am one day. I'll be bomb-ass grandma. But I won't be able to be a grandma if I don't make it that far. So. And if I make like little jokes like that, it's, you know, coping. Comedy is a good, healthy coping skill, right? I mean, most comedians have a lot of mental problems, and that's what they do to cope with it, is comedy. Life hack. Watch Zoe Rebekah's videos. That's a healthy coping skill. And back to the denial thing, a lot of people are in denial. Like, I've seen people in denial. I've seen people on YouTube be in denial that they have issues. And obviously people in denial don't want to hear that, but once you get well, you're gonna think back and you're gonna go,
wow, I just was really in denial.
And that's why sometimes treatment has to be involuntary. This isn't, like I said, this isn't my choice. This is something I have to do as a minor and medically. And I'm at a point of acceptance, but I still obviously don't want to do it. But I have to. I don't have a choice in the matter. And I'm sorry if I keep repeating myself. It's for emphasis, and also this is just really, I mean, I did write myself a couple notes earlier today to try to, I did just a brain dump earlier, and like I said, I tried to film this earlier, and I started crying, so I just got rid of it. But if this is a little all over the place or I'm a little repetitive, this is just because these are just my raw thoughts, my genuine authenticity, reality, and honesty are Zoe Rebekah's specialties. I mean, that's like what I like to specialize in is audience? Okay. Authenticity and honesty. As low as my self-esteem is, that is one thing I pride myself on, and that is honesty. Sometimes a little bit brutally. But when you really think about it, the people who are honest with you are the people who care about you more than the people who lie to you just to spare your feelings, you know? Obviously, you know, there's a way you can do it. Like, there are people who are very, very harshly honest to the point where it's just mean because, like, their tone of voice and the way that they're saying it. But there's a difference between that and just being brutally honest, I guess. If my parents didn't care about me, they would be like,
oh yeah, you're fine.
You're fine. Just keep living how you are. This. But they're honest with me and they're like, Zoe, you're sick and you need help. Like I said, the people who care about you the most, the people who want to see you succeed, the people who want to see you improve, people that want to see you progress and be happy and healthy are the people who are honest with you. And you know when someone's your real friend, even when there's like, when you know someone's your real friend or you're someone who really cares about you, when you're about to walk out of the house with the most ridiculous mismatched outfit and they're like,
sis, no, that don't work.
That's the people who care about you. The people who don't care about you will be like,
oh yeah, you're fine. Yeah, it looks great.
And then you're out in public and you look ridiculous. You know what I mean? I mean, there's obviously, you gotta find that balance there. There's a difference between like,
ew, you're gross, you have a terrible sense of style, that's ugly, you're ugly.
Like, that's just mean. But being like,
I would change this because I think I just don't want you to get made fun of, because I care about you. I don't know why you get made fun of.
That's the people who care about you. This is all over the place. I am sorry. But, like I said, I'm a little all over the place. I'm a little discombobulated right now. I'm very emotional, very unstable right now. I'm very anxious and nervous and scared. Tired. I'm tired of fighting this battle. And that's why I need to take this next step in my recovery. But yeah, my overall point of this video is to announce that I have to involuntarily and saddeningly, unfortunately, take a break so that I can, you know, keep myself alive and healthy, and I can come back happy and healthy. That, and just to tell you guys that, you know, you're not alone. Okay, that. I'm so sick of hearing that expression. It's okay not to be okay. Again, something a little sick of hearing, but that's fine. And this is another topic that I want to talk about in a different video, but I'm not doing this because what I've been noticing is that mental illness is now like a trend, which, again, different video, different topic, kind of pushes my buttons a little bit, that some people just diagnose themselves with mental illnesses to be trendy, kind of minimizes the people who actually suffer from it. But again, different video, different topic. I'm gonna film that probably tomorrow because I've been, you know, thinking about it for a long time. So, okay, anyway. But yeah, this is not just me being trendy and just going into a rehab facility because that's what's cool now. No, I don't want to do this at all. But whatever, that's a different topic. But I want to tell you guys, don't ignore your issues. Even if you are like,
yeah, it's stupid, no one's gonna care, it's, you know, it's no big deal. Like,
if you're struggling, you're struggling. If you need help, you need help. Get it. Reach out. Talk to someone you trust. Please. Please. If not for yourself, for me, because I know that sometimes internal motivation can be a struggle with people who are really down and really depressed, and people with really low self-esteem, and people who struggle to really care about themselves and take care of themselves. And that's part of the reason why I wound up in this situation, is that I have always struggled to really care about myself, and I let myself get to the point where I was this unhealthy because I just didn't care about myself, and that's not good. I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. I want you guys to reach out for help if you need it. I want you guys to not let your issues get worse and face them head on. And I'm not trying to be like a cheesy motivational speaker here, but any tough times that you go through, those are what build you as a person, make you stronger, make you more wise, make you more experienced, and, you know, build your character and grow your maturity and your development. Experiences and strength are something that you will gain from anything in life, especially these tough times, if you're going through tough times too. So that's where I'm going to end this video. This was good for me to get this all out because, like I said, I've been very emotional and very unstable today, and this was a good vent and brain dump, and I hope that it could help any of you. I hope it could motivate or inspire any of you, and wish me luck, and I will do my best because you guys are my, as I was saying earlier, sometimes it can be hard to find internal motivation when you don't care about yourself. If you're struggling with internal motivation, that's something that you're eventually gonna have to get to a point through therapy and treatment and stuff. But hi, you wanna come say hi?
Sure.
How was your game?
Good.
Did you win?
Nope.
That is extremely loud.
We lost by a point.
Aww. Here's my external motivation.
What you filming?
Wanna say hi, Dad?
Hi, love y'all.
I was wrapping it up anyway, don't worry.
What are we filming?
You'll see. It's a surprise. You have to wait till they see it. Go away. Let me just wrap this up and I'll tell you when I'm done. Anyway, so as I was saying, if you struggle to have internal motivation because of your own self-esteem issues, do it for me, because I want you to get better. Zoe wants you to get better. Zoe Rebekah is your motivation, bitches. And you are mine. Honestly, as sad as I am to have to not be able to readily make videos and talk to you guys whenever I want to, you guys are what is motivating me to go through with this, because it's either I take a month-long break to get healthy or to end my life and YouTube, obviously, forever. I think I'm choosing the lesser of two evils here. That's where I'm gonna end this video. I hope it could help any of you, and yeah, this was good for me. This is a healthy thing for me right now, so that I don't bottle anything up. this is raw. This is venting it all. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, and share this video and my channel so those you think might be interested, and leave me comments down below. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Love you. Bye.